guys, it's Jessie here. I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to kind of sit down and chit chat with you guys, but I also don't really have time. So I thought what I would do is kind of chit chat with you guys while I get ready for my day. I haven't done a get ready with me video in forever and a day. So two birds, one stone. You can get ready with me and I can chit chat with you guys a little bit. The lighting's kind of terrible in this video because it's still pretty early in the day and it's pretty dreary out. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, y'all. I'm not going anywhere super fancy at all. I need to run to the grocery store to pick up crescent rolls because my family and I are having mummy dogs for dinner tonight as part of our Halloween tradition, and I need to go to the post office. So I don't need a ton of makeup, but I do want to put a little something on, so that's kind of what I'm going to do today while I chat with you guys. Don't mind the ginormous mess behind me. I got crap everywhere. I desperately need to clean my room. I kind of started going through my makeup and organizing things a little bit yesterday. I did vlog that. I have not edited that vlog yet because I've been lazy. I also have not edited my Playing With Me video that was supposed to go up this morning, so that'll go up at some point. That video's not super popular anyway. I don't get a ton of views on those, so I'm not too upset about the fact that I'm late getting it up. It was crazy yesterday. My pet turtle died yesterday. I've had my turtle since I was 15 years old, so that was pretty sad. It's been a member of our family since before my kids were born, so they've always had this turtle, and they were pretty devastated. So that kind of took up some time yesterday. We had to bury the turtle and clean the turtle tank and all of that. So that's what I was dealing with instead of editing those videos. Very, very sad. His name was Elvis. He was a little red-eared slider. So yeah, that was sad. We also had to carve pumpkins and whatnot, so that's kind of how I spent yesterday. That was my moisturizer, by the way. I use the Olay Complete All Day Moisturizing Cream. I have very dry skin, so if I don't moisturize really, really well, I look like a flaky mess. I'm also going to do my eye cream, which is the Olay Regenerist Luminous Dark Circle Correcting Hydra Swirl Eye Cream. I have very crinkly under eyes. I've said this in videos past. Though not recently. I have not done a more kind of beauty style video in a long time. And I know that quite a few of my subscribers subscribe to me because of my beauty videos. So I do apologize, guys. For those of you that don't know, my channel actually started out as a beauty channel. It's sort of transformed more into lifestyle since then, but when I first started out, you can go back and watch my older videos. It was all about the beauty all the time, and nail polish, in case you haven't figured that out. I'm a kind of obsessive. I do apologize that I'm looking at the viewfinder and not at the camera. I tend to do that anyway. It's a bad habit, but in this case, I'm using my viewfinder as a mirror, so I kind of have an excuse. So I'm not going to wear foundation today, mostly because I just don't feel like it. Give my skin a chance to breathe, but I am going to use some concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. It's not my favorite concealer. My favorite concealer of all time is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, but I just ran out of that, so I do need to get some more. This one's pretty good. Works in a pinch. Really nice for under eye circles, but I do find that it creases on me sometimes, especially if I don't hydrate really well, which is the reason why you guys just saw me slathering on eye cream, because I really don't want my concealer to creep into all of these little fine lines I have, especially because, you know, it's Halloween. People might think I'm trying to do it intentionally. Not really, but whatever. Anyways, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, okay, so tomorrow is November 1st. I have decided that I'm going to start taking my measurements at the first of every month, taking progress pictures at the first of every month, and sort of keeping track of that. I feel like that's going to be a really, really nice way to kind of focus less on the numbers on the scale and more on just, you know, how I'm doing in terms of health and how I'm feeling. Still going to be weighing every week, of course, but I feel like that's just going to be one more thing to help keep me motivated. So if I have a week where I didn't necessarily lose a ton of weight, but maybe I lost an inch around my waist, you know, that can be motivating for me and keep me going. So that's it for the concealer. I'm going to use a little bit of this high definition under eye setting powder. This is from e.l.f. I really like this stuff. e.l.f. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see, it looks super duper glittery. I know the lighting in here is awful, but the glitter does not translate to your face. It just sort of reflects the light and makes your under eye area kind of awake. And I'm just going to apply this with my finger because I didn't bring a brush over here and I don't feel like going to get one. So I just want to try to prevent a ton of, like I said, settling into these lines that are under my eyes because they're very prominent. I've had them since I was a girl. My son Robbie has them too. I don't know if you can see, but they're very, very crinkly. Lots of little lines in there for stuff to settle into. So that is it for the concealer. I'm not going to bother to set the rest of the concealer because, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. What do I want to do now? How about if we focus a little bit on some eye makeup, but I would have had to grab an eyeshadow palette, so let me grab one really quickly. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette just because that's the one I happen to grab. I've got a little Sigma angled shader brush here, and I'm just going to do a wash of color on my lids. I'm going to use Pistol, which is this sort of gray shade here. Again, the lighting in here sucks, so I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm just going to pat this onto my lids. I'm not doing any kind of crazy cut crease or anything. Just sweeping the color across the lids. Cover up some of the veins. I didn't even put on an eyeshadow primer. This is how little I care today. Like I said, if I was going somewhere fancy or where I really needed to look nice, I would put in a lot more effort. And I can do a get ready with me video on a look that, you know, requires more steps than just kind of dragging this stuff across my eyelids if you'd like. I love doing makeup. I've just recently gotten back into it. You guys probably know if you've been watching my YouTube channel in the last year that up until very recently, I didn't show up in my videos wearing makeup very often because I just kind of got out of the habit of doing it every day. But recently I decided that I want to start putting makeup on a day-to-day basis because it really just makes me feel pretty when I put in a little bit of effort. So that's what this is about. And I've been getting a ton of compliments from you guys on my appearance in my videos recently, and that is a huge, huge, huge confidence booster. I'm just putting a little bit of this Tease shade here. There we go, that sort of matte taupey color into my crease and blending a little bit just because. But yeah, I've been getting a ton of compliments and it has just been amazing for my ego, I have to say. I have pretty low self-esteem. I've talked about this in previous videos. And while it should not matter how I look, hearing somebody tell me that I look nice is just a huge confidence booster. So I'm just using Foxy, this kind of yellowy cream colored shade on the end here to highlight and blend a little bit. And again, I'm using my fingers. Most of my makeup brushes right now are dirty. I wrote clean makeup brushes in my planner today, but I probably honestly won't end up doing it. I always put it off and put it off and put it off until I can't put it off anymore. But that's the reason why I am using my fingers so much, because most of my makeup brushes are dirty. And it's pretty sad to say because I have like 150 makeup brushes. So that is going to do it for my eyeshadow. Very, very, very simple. I need to curl my eyelashes and throw on some mascara. This is my favorite eyelash curler. It's the one from Tarte. It needs a new little pad in there because it's pretty old and broken down, but for now, it'll work. So, yeah, we're going trick-or-treating tonight. I did show my kids in costume in that vlog video that I haven't edited yet, so that will be coming up hopefully today, but maybe not until tomorrow. No, I'm sorry, that vlog will go up tomorrow for sure. I usually post my vlogs on Tuesday. The video that's gonna hopefully go up today, but may not make it up till tomorrow, is my Plan With Me video. The mascara I'm using is the Maybelline New York Pumped Up Colossal from Volume Express. What is your guys' favorite mascara? I feel like every time that I'm in the market for a new mascara, I buy a different one because there's so many out there, and I never really know which one to get. I've never really just been like a tried and true mascara girl. I have my makeup products that I buy time and time and time again, but mascara is not one of them. Apparently I'm flighty, but I do like this mascara, but the wand on it is like ginormous, so it makes it kind of difficult to get into this inner corner here. So what do you guys think? Can you even see? I think it's kind of pretty. I'm a total mascara girl. I love mascara. I love big flirty lashes. I don't wear false lashes very often because I don't have the patience to put them on every day, but if I did and I was kind of better at applying them, I probably would wear them every day because I think that big beautiful lashes are gorgeous. And my children have absolutely beautiful eyelashes, and it's really no fair at all because they're boys and they can't appreciate them the way that a girl would. I find in general that men have longer eyelashes than women. I don't know if that's really true or what, but that's kind of what I've noticed. So this has been like a rambly, kind of all over the place video. I didn't really sit down with the idea of too many topics to kind of chit-chat with you guys about. I'm going to just throw on some chapstick, lip balm. Prep my... This one is the chapstick brand Total Hydration, and it's in Sweet Peach, and it smells like peaches. Which, I love the smell of, like, artificial peach, but I really hate the flavor. This doesn't seem to have much of a flavor, so that's good. What next? How about some blush? But I didn't bring a blush brush. I am not at all prepared for this video, and I feel like you guys have been talking to the back of my head a lot. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to apply my blush, and the blush I'm going to use is from Tarte. It's Exposed. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes. So, what else? Austin has his surgery this Friday. For those of you that missed it, he is having his appendix out. We were in the hospital a couple of months back for about 5 days because he was having an attack of appendicitis. And I don't know if it's all hospitals or just the hospital that we frequent, but they do not, if they can avoid it, they don't do emergency appendectomies. I almost said appendicostomy. That's a different surgery altogether. They treat with antibiotics, let the appendix cool down, and clear up the infection, and then later on, once they're kind of out of the danger zone, then they take the appendix out if they deem it necessary. In Austin's case, they deemed it necessary, so he's going to have his appendix out this Friday. It's not the first surgery that he's had, and I'm certain it won't be his last. He's had quite an extensive medical history. For those of you that don't know, my son was born with something called hirschsprung's disease, so he had a portion of his colon removed as an infant, a newborn really. He was 4 days old, I think, when he had that surgery. That surgery, because of the scar tissue that built up, rendered him incontinent, so he also then had surgery to place a port. It's called a cecostomy tube that we can run saline through every night to control his bowel movements so that he's able to lead a normal life outside of that. So because what hirschsprung's disease is, I've done a video touching on this before. It's a disease that you're born with. It's congenital, that nerves in the colon never formed properly. At least in the colon, in Austin's case, there are cases of hirschsprung's disease that go all through the intestinal tract, but he was very lucky. He had a very small portion of his colon affected, so he only lost, I think, 5 centimeters of his colon, but when he was born, he could not have a bowel movement because those nerves that are in your colon to help push stool through your body were not present. So they just removed the portion of the colon that did not have the nerves and pulled the colon down so that you know, he had nerves going all the way through, and that then helped the stool go through. Sorry if this is too much information, but whereas up until that point he couldn't poop, he then had the opposite problem where he couldn't stop. So he would have, sorry, I keep clicking this, sorry. When he was a baby, he would have 8 to 12 bowel movements a day, which led, of course, to a lot of diaper rashes and things. So then once he got a little bit older and it became clear that he was not gaining control over those bowel movements, his body was not kind of bulking up the stool and having it all come out at once. Instead, it was just kind of coming out infrequently throughout the day. They placed the cecostomy tube to control his bowels. So that is what he has. That he's gone through multiple surgeries because of that. So the appendectomy is not that big of a deal in terms of surgeries, especially in comparison to what he's already had done. But he's still a little bit nervous about it, so I'm hoping it goes really well and we're not stuck in the hospital for multiple days. It's supposed to be just like in and out laparoscopic surgery, provided that there's no issues. But because he does have the cecostomy tube, which is located in his abdomen and very, very close to his appendix, that could affect that. So it's all kind of up in the air. We'll have to see. Anyways, we're getting in on 20 minutes now, so I should really wrap this up. So I don't think I really need to do anything else in terms of makeup. I'm feeling pretty, oh no, I lied. I have to fill in my eyebrows. I have never used this before. This is the Maybelline Define-A-Brow brow pencil. Typically I use either a powder or like a brow gel to fill in my eyebrows, so I don't know how this is gonna go. I might end up looking crazy. One of the few things that I'm that I'm not very confident at are my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna kind of fake it here. It's a very fine tip, so I'm told that there's really no way to do it wrong, but if anybody could do it wrong, it would be me. Like I said, I'm just going to run a few errands, so not too terribly stressed about looking perfect or anything, but you know, I'd like to look halfway decent. I have very sparse eyebrows with a lot of bald spots, so if I don't fill in my eyebrows, I feel like I look a little crazy. But then I get overzealous sometimes and fill them in too much, and then I still look crazy, so I'm not really feeling this little comby thing. So I'm gonna go grab a little spoolie to brush these babies out. And that's gonna have to be good enough, because I don't know. It doesn't look too bad. I feel like the color might be a little bit light. The shade that I'm using is medium brown, which is the shade I tend to use, but this one's pulling really like warm. I have really, really dark, almost black, like really, really cool toned hair. So feels like it's a little warm, but I'm gonna go with it. So I'm just gonna slap on some lipstick and then I'll be ready to go out the door. I'm gonna use Raspberry Pie from the Revlon, what are these, the lip butters. These were all the rage like 5 years ago. I bought a ton of them. I rarely ever use them, but I'm feeling a bold lip today, and this one is bold. So there we go. So that's gonna do it for my kind of get ready with me video, cause I need to get out the door. I chatted way longer than I should have, but that's gonna do it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed kind of chit-chatting with me a little bit while I got myself ready for my day. Hope you guys have a really wonderful Halloween. Thanks so much for watching and listening to me ramble, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!